Hello, my name is Sofia Tamarkin, and today I'm proud to start a campaign called The Power of One. But first, let me tell you a story that inspired me to do that. In 2008, my husband and I were celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary. We decided then to take a cruise to Australia, Tasmania, and New Zealand. A few years before that, I already read up and understood about the importance of using a mikvah. So on our stop to Australia, we have ran into a Jewish religious couple and asked them if they know if there's a mikvah on our next port of call, which was Tasmania. It's an island on the bottom of Australia. The island size is about the size of West Virginia, and about 100 Jewish people live on that island. So not a huge Jewish population. We were told to hold on, and after about 2 hours, the couple got back to us and told us that there is a woman that is going to meet us at the port of call. Her name is Pnina, and is going to take us to a mikvah. We, at that time, did not realize how big the island was and how little of Jewish people live on that island. At that time, my husband and I didn't realize a miracle that is about to happen to us. So the next day in Tasmania, we left the ship and saw Pnina standing on the pier. I immediately recognized her to be a Jewish woman. She was covering her hair and had a long skirt. We were very happy to see her because I was happy to fulfill the mitzvah, but yet I noticed that she was even happier to see me. I'm always happy to see Jews, but I felt like she was very happy to see me at that time, and I couldn't quite understand why. So she gave me numerous hugs, and we proceeded to go to the mikvah. The mikvah was in a residential home, and a non-Jewish woman lived there. Nina explained that years ago she used to live in this house, but after she sold it to a non-Jewish person, they have made a contract that a mikvah should remain. It was a separate little entity right outside of the house, and when I started preparing for the process, I realized that the pipes were not as strong and the water was not as hot, and Pnina kept on running back and forth, warming up the water in pots. She kept on crying and feeling very emotional and apologetic, but I felt a very strong energy about this particular time that I had to go and immerse. My husband was waiting outside, and as it was time for me to immerse into a mikvah, she asked me if she could stay by and say psalms. Of course, I agreed, and again I felt it was very unusual that she was so touched by my going to immerse myself into the mikvah. After I immersed and walked out, I gave her a big hug and thanked her profusely for allowing me to perform this mitzvah, and asked her how many years ago was this mikvah built. Well, she was happy to report it was built by Chabad about 20 years ago, so that one day a Jewish traveler may be able to use it, since not too many people on the island are Jewish, and at that time not so many people were even able to use it, because women that were Jewish were of age and didn't need to use it, and Pnina herself didn't need to use it at that time in her life. So I've asked her how many people have used it from the time that it was built. There were travelers or passerbyers, and she looked into my eyes and said, "Well, you see, Sophia, you're the first one." That story touched not only my heart then, but it continues to touch my life today. The power of one is eternal. Avraham Avinu was told the world was made for you. You are the purpose of the creation of the world. If one person does a mitzvah, after 20 years of waiting, it was already worth it. I was somebody's purpose. It was a lesson that I'm honored and privileged to spread to the world. A power of one. Sometimes we feel that it's all in vain. Sometimes we feel that it's overwhelming, exhausting, and takes too much time. It's too much effort. But let's think about the power of one. I was able to fulfill this commandment because of somebody who was willing to wait for me. I'm honored and privileged to start this campaign that should be called a power of one. And let's hope that we build many mikvahs in this world and allow women like myself to fulfill the mitzvah. And let's build as much bridges of kindness, fulfillment, love, connection to each other, so the power of one shall be fulfilled.